And hello again, YouTube. That was annoying. I hate it when my alarm goes off and then it just, I hit the thing that, I did set an alarm because I thought I would likely oversleep today since I didn't get to bed until after 1 p.m. Actually, I think it was after 2 p.m. Yeah, I hit the, hit the, sometimes if the alarm goes off when I'm recording, it just goes, there's an annoying sound, but it goes off, and I hit a pop-up on the screen that says dismiss, but I hit the pop-up that said dismiss, and it still brought up another screen and stopped me recording. Anyway, it's still November. Oh, God, I am definitely still groggy. It's still November 30th, or November. Where am I getting November from? It's June 30th. God. Oh. I'm just realizing how tired I am. June 30th, 7:55 p.m. Actually 7:56 p.m. at this point. My clock and on my car stereo runs a little slow, and it's about a minute and a half behind now. So 7:56 p.m. I'm so tired of that song.
Everybody ought to just like me.
Oh gosh, what is it? Oh, I'm so tired. So anyway, yeah, I got three of the less expensive 12-foot HDMI cables at Walmart. Like $10 and change. And then I got an HDMI coupler. I did use one out of my own stuff. I would have bought two, and I'm sure that I'd happily paid for two, but they just really wanted a receipt, and there was only one HDMI coupler in stock, so just kind of used one out of my stash, so that's fine. I still have one more in my stash. Jim, after I got done, Jim was asking me questions about stuff. I don't. Every time he asks me audio-video questions, I guess I'm so particular about things like that. I guess I didn't understand his questions. I'm trying to explain, and he didn't understand my answer. And that alone is probably why I'll never really get paid for doing much anything audio-video there. I don't know if it's just a communication gap or a language barrier. Kendrick Lamar, nice. Anyway, the important thing is that I got at least reimbursed for my stuff. I mean, I get reimbursed for my time, but I was actually there, and it was something I wanted to do as opposed to something that I had to make an extra trip for. So that makes a big difference for me. Anyway, as I was mentioning in the last video, before I got so rudely cut off by this stupid alarm, this phone's inability to shut off the alarm without stopping recording. Not jumping in my lane, minivan. Sorry, people merging off the 51 are not doing it very well. This stretch of I-10 has more than its share of accidents, and it's because of all the lanes that come and don't merge very well. Sorry, my train of thought is now it's a good tonight. I'm still kind of tired and groggy. I'm trying to focus on driving, brain I kind of commented that I didn't like the way the TV looked. But once I got it powered on, the area where it's at is so dark, and this is in the daytime, so thinking about how it's going to look at night, I feel like it's going to actually look really decent. Now, that screen and its size, once it's up that high, it does look... It looked a lot bigger when I had it kind of at eye level, table level, how I was using it before they mounted it up above the stage. But I'm feeling pretty good about how it's going to look up there. Anyway, I do have most of my equipment hooked up already. Not everything, but I've got my computer hooked up already, and all my video stuff hooked up, and my powered speakers. So it's fine. I can get to bullets a little bit later. They're just not going to take me as long to set up. I don't think I'm going to get there that much later anyway. I usually try to get there at about 8 o'clock, 7:50, and it's only like 8:01 right now. So, anyway, I'm kind of looking forward to the show. It's the most I've talked to Jim in a while and his wife. For the most part, it was really positive. He was getting. I could tell he was getting frustrated trying to ask me about how the video stuff was hooked up, and I mean, I guess he's asking for a simple yes or no answer. It's really not a yes or no thing, and I just kind of needed him to clarify his question, and he just wasn't really doing that. So. I don't think he really understands like how I connect. I'm kind of trying to drive home to him that what Gary does and what I do really, other than they're both drunk people singing and there's both music involved, it's completely different things. But there was a time I was really kind of hoping that I would get some of Gary's nights, since Gary's got other bars that he does karaoke at. But at this point, I never thought I'd get this way, but at this point I'm way more into my job at Amazon than I am about trying to do karaoke again. And last night, as I mentioned, in the last video, I went to overly detail what I was doing, and I'm just unloading totes, but I just really enjoyed that. And now that I've worked in that area, A to Z is offering more shifts in that area, so it's been added to areas that I'm considered quote unquote trained for, which is funny because I wasn't really trained for that area. Like I don't know, but I mean, the guys that run that area told me, hey, I'm welcome, when I come to work, I'm welcome to come to that desk and check in if I want to. So I'm kind of curious, like if that's how that if I've just never figured that out. Like I always just come in and I go to inbound, the inbound docks, that's where I work. But I'm kind of curious, like if you're trained in multiple areas, you just go where you want to work, and they just kind of put you to work when it's the beginning of your scheduled shift. It's kind of looking like that's how it is, and that's kind of different and interesting. I mean, a lot of times they do ask me, hey, what do you want to do? Like for a while, they really relied on me as water spider, and then I pretty much was like, I think I just want to line load today because I'm sore from water spidering. Because it's of all the different stuff I do, it's probably the most physically demanding. But and what I did last night was definitely the least physically demanding. In fact, for a good portion of the shift, I didn't even have my gloves on. Because I didn't have to, like the only thing I handled at all that in theory you're supposed to have gloves on. I mean, I think you're supposed to put on gloves when you open and close the safety barriers. But these safety barriers are clean. And they're smaller than the ones I'm used to doing. So, yeah, really had no problems doing those at all with my bare hands. And that's the last thing I think safety is going to say anything to me about. And the odd thing is, for as much as Safety and I were clashing over wood pallets a few months back, like, I've been asked to join that team numerous times, which I guess is, I don't know if there's, I did ask if there's a raise involved, and there's just no raise involved with anything in Amazon, it seems like. I mean, I think if I move up to management levels there is, but, you know, as far as like, and I did talk to somebody about that, how you know, he's in like management meetings, and it's like, yeah, it's something that really needs to be addressed. I mean, obviously, the more you learn how to do it, the more skills you acquire, like the more valuable you should be to the company. But you know, that's generally how you show someone's value, is by increasing their pay. You know, and then talking about, you know, annual raises, and the annual raises are not even equivalent to what current annual inflation is. So, I don't know. But I, from what I understand, like that's a thing with most jobs. So that's just the economy as it is these days. And you know, and part of me is thinking, well, you know, if I'm working for myself and doing karaoke, I can choose what I get paid, but it never really works like that. You know, I end up having to compete with other karaoke outfits that are underbidding, that aren't even really trying to make a living on it. It's just a fun hobby for them. So, and of course, don't put out the expense that I do in terms of, you know, equipment and music. So I'm still paying for karaoke music. And it's, you know, it's coming out of an income that's one show a week as opposed to, you know, 4 to 6 shows a week. So yeah, it's not absorbed as easily as it used to be. But yeah, like the one place I talked to is like the Woodshed Mesa, and I don't know how far you know, I never really talked to one person I mostly needed to, and I still don't think I ever did. But it's my understanding they ended up hiring somebody else, and I wonder how much, you know, cost had to do with it, and if that's why I never got a call back from them. But yeah, I told them $200 a night. At this point, I'm straight up not willing to do karaoke for less than $200 a night, except at Nolan's, of course. But that intersection always makes me nervous when I'm going directly at headlights. Anyway, thanks for putting up with this totally incoherent vlog. Sorry, I'm just not very... hopefully thoughts get a little more clear when I get into the bar. I had a really good time here. That's worth something. I really like driving after the sun goes down better, so that was nice. Anyway, Mario said he's going to be my wingman tonight. So curious to see how that works out. Anyway, thanks for coming with On the Drive, and I swear the next video will be more coherent than this one, because it'll be a stretch for it to be less.